If you wanted to find the density of something, you have to think about what the word density means. If you had a rectangle, let's say a cuboid actually, and inside this thing you've got lots of things, and it's packed all the way to the top with, let's say, marbles. And then you had a second cuboid, which is the same volume, but this time it had marbles in it, but they were flying around and there weren't very many of them in there. You would say that the first one was more dense, and the reason is because it has more mass in a certain volume. So density is just how much mass it has in a given volume. And that's what the units are as well. So if you had a look at the units of this one, this really means it has 1,000 kilograms in a meter cubed. So in a cubic meter there are 1,000 kilograms in it. You could write that in this way, with an m with a -3 on it, with a multiplication here. That means the same thing as the dividing by with a positive. Also, if you have a look at the units of density, it tells you what to do. It says you have to do the mass, and this means divided by, and this is a volume, and this is the density. So sometimes you can work it out from the units if you really just can't remember what it is. In this first worked example, to find the mass of the water, well, we've been given a volume here. So we can work out the volume straight away without really knowing what else to do. The first thing is just to find the volume of water, and the volume is 25 times 30 times 20. And by multiplying all this together, you get 15,000 centimeters cubed. But it's asking for the mass. So what we'd have to think about is the formula. Density equals mass divided by volume. And this could be written in a triangle, like this. And the way you fill this triangle in is by looking at what's on top of the fraction, which is mass, and you'd write that at the top of the triangle. And the other two, they'd go at the bottom. It doesn't matter which way around you put that. The way that this triangle is useful is because if you try to work out the volume now, you cover up the volume, and it tells you the volume equals the mass divided by the density. If you wanted to work out the mass, you cover that up, and then the mass would equal the density times the volume. And if you wanted to find the density, you cover it up, and it would be the mass divided by the volume. So if we're trying to find the mass, we would cover that up. The mass equals the density times the volume. Now we know what the volume is. The volume is here. But what about the density? The density of water is something that you would need to know. And that is the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cubed. Oops. Yeah. So now to work out how many grams this is, we would use the volume in centimeters cubed, which is given here. So the mass would equal the density, which is 1, times the volume, which is 15,000. So therefore, the mass is 15,000, but 15,000 what? 15,000 grams. We could convert this into kilograms to make 15 kilograms. Okay, in the second worked example, a block of metal has a mass of 500. So in my triangle, the mass, the formula is that density equals mass over volume. So to find its density, I would cover up density, and the density, I'll do A here, density is the mass divided by the volume, which would be 500 divided by the volume, which is 5 times 8 times 10. and I could write this as 500 over, this is 40, 400. Cancel the zeros out, leaving 5 over 4, which is 1.2. Please note that I made an error earlier. 5 over 4 is 1.25, not 1.2, and that carries on forward through the rest of the example, leaving you with this final answer. But 1.2 what? This was grams, and this was centimetres cubed. So then I've worked out that it's grams per centimetres cubed, which is in fact what it's asking for in part A. For part B now, I've got to just convert this into kilograms per metre cubed. So if I had 1.2 grams per centimetre cubed, how could I convert this into, let's do the kilograms first. 1.2 grams is how many kilograms? Well, it's much less than 1. So I have to divide this by 1,000. 0.0012 kilograms per centimetre cubed. And now I can change the centimetre cubed into metres cubed. How many centimetres cubed are there in a metre cubed? Well, you have to think about this as a volume. So 1 metre is 100 centimetres. But that's the same on each one of these. So there are 100 centimetres along here. There are 100 centimetres up here as well. So how many centimetres squared are there in this box is 100 times 100, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 10,000 centimetres squared on this surface. And there are also 100 centimetres going along this direction. So to work out how many cubes there are, you have to take this 10,000 and multiply that by another 2 zeros, which is 1,000,000 now. So to convert this into metres cubed, we have to multiply this by 1,000,000, which is 6 zeros. So we have to take away these 3 zeros and add another 3 zeros to it. So 1, 2 is one of the zeros, 1, 2. And this would now be kilograms per metre cubed.